Good morning. It is January 3rd, 2015. Welcome to Alameda, California, and the former Alameda Naval Air Station. This video is directed to Jim Ross and his father. His father, as I understand it, served on the USS Wasp. First of all, Mr. Ross, thank you for your service. Jim realized that either I served on the Hornet or that I'm a volunteer when he saw my email address. And so I told him that I would shoot this video to show you the memorial compartment for the USS Wasp on board the USS Hornet. Give you a little history. I did not serve in the military. I am a Navy historian, and as such, I love serving here and showing people what life aboard a carrier was like. I know the numbers. I can ramble off the numbers. You experienced it. Little bit of history. The Alameda Naval Air Station was closed in 1997 and is now part of the city of Alameda. The Hornet was going to be cut up and scrapped in 1993. It was brought over here in 1995 for a Navy festival that we have each year in October called Fleet Week. And the group, the Aircraft Carrier Hornet Foundation, which I'm a volunteer of, was formed to save the ship. In 1998, we opened to the public. Now we have visitors can tour the flight deck, hangar bay, and second deck on their own. We give tours to the pilot house and the bridge and primary flight control, and we give tours to the engine room. So what I thought I would do is give you a little bit of tour of the museum, what we got going on inside, and then give a more detailed look at the USS Wasp Memorial Room. We have 10 Essex-class carriers represented on board in 9 compartments. We have the USS Wasp, that's also including the USS Hornet Memorial Room, Ticonderoga, Bennington, Essex, Randolph, and the Philippine Sea and the Franklin are joined together in the same compartment. I hope I didn't leave anything out. So I'll do some video on board, show you what's going on, and then we'll go down to the Wasp room and I'll give you a detailed look of what your alumni from the Wasp put together for the memorial compartment. Thank you. All right, this is Hangar Bay 1, looking aft. F-14 in the foreground, TBM Avenger in the rear ground, and we have about 15 aircraft on board of different eras, and including about 5 helicopters. Right now, most of the aircraft are on the flight deck. We had 1,000 people here for the New Year's dance that we have annually, and it's a fundraiser for the ship. This is in Hangar Bay 2. This is a mobile quarantine facility that housed the astronauts when they came back from the Apollo 11 mission. They were in here and then transported through Pearl Harbor to Houston via transport aircraft, and they remained in the quarantine facility the whole time until they got to Houston, where they were transferred into a larger quarantine. And then that capsule is not the actual capsule. Go ahead, man.
Okay.
Yeah. That capsule is not the actual one that went to orbit. It was, it's a test unit. They were all built the same. The one that went to the in orbit around the moon was is at the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. I'll take you into Hangar Bay 3. So this is looking aft into Hangar Bay 3, and this is our work area. Beyond the Sea King is our restoration area for aircraft. We have a S2 tracker getting ready for paint behind the Sea King. In your view is a Sea King, an FJ2 Fury, and an TA4 Skyhawk. So right now I am on the starboard side, aft, and I am just forward of the Chief Petty Officer's Mess Hall, which is about the last compartment on the starboard side, aft. And these are some of the bunks. You may recognize Mr. Ross from your days. And I'll just point it forward, and through that doorway is to the right is our library and our chapel, and you continue forward to medical and the ready rooms and officers' territory. So now we're in the USS Wasp Memorial Room. And one thing I forgot to mention when I opened, the reason that we started with these particular carriers, having memorial rooms for these particular carriers, is that volunteers that are with the museum now served on these particular carriers, and one volunteer served on the USS Wasp. So he went to the alumni and was able to get some stuff, pictures, and I'll show you the pictures and the models and the plates and the dishware and such. Through the doorway, just to the right of the banner, is the Bennington, and then behind us is the Ticonderoga room, Essex room, and then Philippine Sea and Franklin share a compartment. We are currently on the port side, aft, and so I will show you just to the left of the banner. I'll fade around here. The glare might be a little bad off the lights, but and what we did was, if you, I'm sure you realize, Mr. Ross, is we used frames from bunks and put hardboard on it and used that as picture holders. Okay. This is a display case. At the top is a serving tray and a couple mugs and a glass. Model of the Wasp. And Mr. Ross, I have one very important question for you, sir. Something that determines your status in the maritime service. Are you a polywog or are you a shellback? Well, I hope you enjoyed that tour. I didn't want to make it too long, but just to show you that we have a memorial room for your ship. And again, I hope you enjoyed it. Mr. Ross, thank you for your service. And if you have any questions, I'd love to talk to you. I mean, maybe we can get together on a hangout. Jim and I and you can get together on a hangout, and you know, we can talk. But have a good day, and thank you again. Bye.